Hey guys, Peculiar here and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'll be creating this crochet halter top. This halter top is super easy and beginner friendly, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions regarding this top, you could always comment down below, or you could either DM me on IG and I'll be more than happy to answer you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and also turn on post notifications so you can get notified every single time I upload a new video. Now grab your crochet hook and your yarn, and let's get to crocheting. The materials that I'll be using in today's video include this Karen cotton cake yarn. This yarn is a weight 4 yarn, but it definitely feels like a weight 3 yarn. It is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic, and it recommends a 5mm crochet hook, and it is 530 yards of yarn. So, but I'm not going to be using all of this, but this is what the yarn says, and this is how much yarn I have. I'm also going to be using a 4mm crochet hook and a tape measure. For the yarn and the hook, make sure the yarn and the hook you're using corresponds with each other. Make sure if you're using chunky yarn, you're using a big hook, and if you're using a very thin yarn, you're using a tiny hook like I am. So for this project, I'm going to be starting with the top part of the halter top. So I'm going to be working from up to down. So I'm going to make a slip knot, and I'm going to make a chain that I feel is okay enough for me to start from the top. So I'm going to insert a picture or something, but we're starting from the top. And I'm just going to make a total of 30 chains. So I've made 30 chains, and I just want to measure this for people who are using, different yarn, or, just want to get the measurements. So I'm going to use my tape measure to measure the chain. And when stretched, it measures up to 8 inches, but without it being stretched, it's almost like 7 inches. So stretched 8 and non-stretched 7. So I'm going to add one extra chain for turning, and what I'm going to do now is in that second stitch from the hook, I am going to insert a half double crochet. So a half double crochet is yarn over, and in that second stitch from the hook, I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull through. I have 3 loops, and I'll yarn over and pull through the remaining 3 loops. And I'm just going to place a half double crochet into every single chain for this first row. So right now I have placed all my half double crochets, and you should have one less number of stitches, because you remember I made 30 chains and I chained 1, so I should have 30 chains because we half double crocheted in the second stitch from the hook. So yeah, make sure you're counting your stitches as well. For that first row I finished, and then what I'm gonna do is chain 1 and turn my work. And right now what we're gonna start doing is making increases. So I'm going to place 2 half double crochets into that first stitch. So 1 half double crochet, and I'll make 1 more half double crochet into that same stitch, so another half double crochet, which makes it 2 half double crochets, and that is how you do an increase. So I'm just going to make regular half double crochets into the remaining stitches until I'm at the last stitch. So I'm almost done with my second row and I only have one last stitch. So in that last stitch, we're going to make an increase, which means we're going to half double crochet 2 times into that last stitch. So go ahead and place 2 half double crochets into the last stitch. So 1 and 2. So chain 1 and turn your work for your next row. And from now on, we're going to start making increases into every row and into every first and last stitch. So for this one, we're going to place 2 half double crochets and then regular half double crochets until you get to the last stitch. And by doing this, by making increases, is going to enable the top to go more triangular and it's gonna make the top grow. So yeah, just place those half double crochets until you get to the last stitch and I'll meet you guys once I'm there. So I'm done with row 3 and I have one last stitch, so I'm going to place my increase. So 2 half double crochets, and this is what I'm basically gonna be repeating. So chain 1, turn, make an increase, and I'm basically just gonna be repeating this for many rows until it's able to fit my body perfectly and I'm happy with the length, because this is gonna grow and it's gonna be able to, like, you know, fit around your body properly. So I'm just gonna keep making more rows and making my increases, and I'll be back once I have, I'm not sure how many rows, but I'll put it on the screen, and I'll be back once I have that amount of rows. So just go ahead and keep making more rows and more increases, and I'll meet you guys once I am done. So guys, I just wanted to show you guys my progress. I think I'm on row 13, I'm not sure, but this is what your top should be looking like. As you can see, because of those increases we're making, it's starting to form kind of like a V shape, like, you know, and it's starting to grow because we're making increases. So yeah, this is what your should be looking like. I don't know why the yarn has this. I really hate it when yarn has like this annoying thing and it ruins the whole project, but yeah, this is what I have. And then the color change here is just so weird. I don't know why it's 2, but it actually looks good, so I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, this is what your top should be looking like, and I'll just keep going. Right now I have 29 rows, which means 28 rows of increases, and I've measured this on my body, and it touches like almost the back of my, it touches almost my back. So I'm gonna stop making increases and I'm just gonna start making regular rows. So this is my last row of increase, and I'm just going to chain 1, turn my work, and then I'm just going to place a half double crochet into every single stitch, no increase or whatever, no decrease, no nothing, just regular rows of half double crochet. And I'm going to be doing this until I have a length that I'm satisfied with. So I'm just gonna do this all the way till I reach the last stitch. So I'm on my last stitch and I'm just going to place one half double crochet, and I'm not making any increase. So I'm just going to chain one, turn my work, and I'll just keep continuing the row with regular half double crochets, no increase, no nothing. I'll just keep going till I'm satisfied with the length of the no increase rows. So right now I made 8 rows of no increase, and this is what it looks like. It looks straight, and it should like be able to differentiate the part that it's not increase and increase. So it should be able to tell you should be able to tell it apart. So I also made these holes to place the straps, and I'm going to do that on this other side as well. So to make those holes, what you want to do is to get your yarn and make a slip knot. After making that slip knot, you just want to get your work and place it on that top stitch and attach the yarn. So I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to place a single crochet along these borders. You're going to chain one and then turn, and then you're going to place 3 double crochets into those 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to chain one and skip 1 stitch and place the next double crochet into that next stitch, and then place another double crochet, which makes it 2, and then you're going to place chain one, and then skip 1 stitch and place the next 2 double crochets. And then you're going to chain 1, skip 1, and place 2 double crochets. So 1, and then you place it over here in this gap, which is 2. So you have those 3 holes. What you're going to do now is chain 1, turn your work, and then I'm going to place single crochets into every stitch. So 1, 2. Make sure you place a single crochet into this gap because the chain 1 also counts as a stitch. So you place a single crochet into that hole, and you're just going to place single crochet all through for the border. So I finished with those holes. So you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and this is what I have so far for the both of them. And right now I'm going to start making the straps, and I'm also going to be using the white yarn to make single crochets along the borders so I can have a very fine finish. So how I like to finish off after cutting is just simply chain 2 and pull the yarn through, and make sure you're tightening every part. So I'm doing this for the first part and the second part as well. So just chain 2 and then you pull through your work to make it tight. And then you could take care of the loose ends after. But right now I'm going to start making my single crochets all around the borders. This is what I have so far, and I want to attach the white yarn so I can make the straps. So I'm going to flip my work upside down, and then I'm going to start from this end and attach my yarn. So make a slip knot to attach, and then insert your hook into any hole or stitch, and then place that slip knot on your hook and then pull through, chain 1, and then start placing single crochets all along the borders. So I'm gonna do that all the way till I reach here, and then from here I'm gonna go up and then go all the way till I reach here. And once I'm here, I'm going to start making the straps. So go ahead and make your single crochet borders. So at this point, I already reached the end, and what you want to do is just turn around and keep making single crochets all around the borders. So I'll go there and start making single crochets. So I finished the first border for the first decrease side, and I'm at the top of where I need to start making my straps. So to make straps, I'm just gonna chain 200. Now you could chain more chains if you want. If your size is bigger, you could chain more, or if you wanted less chains, you could chain less. But I'm going to make 200 chains. So I have made 200 chains in total, and I'm going to start placing my slip stitch. So in that second stitch from the hook, I'll place a slip stitch, and I'm going to place a slip stitch into every chain. And I'm just placing a slip stitch because I want my chain to be stronger so it doesn't like rip or anything. But if you want to use just a single chain, that's up to you. But I'm just going to make slip stitches over till I reach over here. So do that until you're done. So I've made the slip stitches all through for my straps, and I'm just going to continue by placing my hook into that space and then making a slip stitch. And then onto these borders, I'm just going to place single crochets. So I've placed those single crochets on the border, and I'm just going to repeat what I did for this side on here. So I'm just going to make another 200 chains, and I'm gonna go over it with slip stitch, and then I'll come back here and do the other border. So I'm gonna meet you guys once I have my second strap and once I've made my single crochets all along the border. So I'm done with all the borders for the top, and I just want to chain 2 and fasten off. So I'm chaining 2 and fastening off, and I'll take care of the loose ends later. So right now I just want to teach you guys how to attach the straps and put the straps in the hole. So you're gonna get your 2 straps and you're going to make an X. So you're going to make an X. And then take one of those straps and then place them into your hole. So into that first hole, you're going to place the strap. And then you're going to place the other strap into the first hole as well. And then you're going to take the other strap and place it into the next hole. So you're going to make a crisscross. And then you're going to take the other strap and also make a crisscross as well in the next hole. And then you're going to take that yarn and place it into the last hole. And then take the yarn from this other side and place it into the last hole as well. So that's how to place the straps, and you're just going to tie a knot and you're basically done with this top. I'm done with the top, and this is what it looks like. This is the back and this is the front. So yeah, we've come to the end of this video, and I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give this video a huge like and make sure to subscribe and also turn on post notifications so you can get notified every single time I upload a new video. If you have any questions regarding this top, feel free to comment down below, or you can simply just DM me on my Instagram. My Instagram will be on the screen. And yeah, that's basically all for this top. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.